When selecting shells, it's really important, of course, to listen to the note of the shell. For example, this 12-inch shell right here has this note. This 14-inch shell right here
Hi, I'm Shane with the Drum Center of Portsmouth in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We are on the web at drumcenternh.com. We are the largest independently owned drum shop in the world, and the drums that you see here today are going to be available for purchase in the links below. Today we are featuring what I consider to be the biggest breakthrough in drum technology in my lifetime. No hype, this is serious. This is the DWe drum set. This is electronic and acoustic, and boy is it cool. So what you're looking at here is a gorgeous set of DWe drums. This looks like any of the ultra high-end premium DWe Collector Series drums, and for all intents and purposes, it is. We have a made in USA drum set. We're using the 333 shell with a 3/4 turret lug, but they're also electronic. This is really the first true hybrid of an electronic and acoustic set that is wireless. And this is the technology that I know I've been waiting for, and I can only imagine that the rest of the free world has been waiting for, because as great as electronic drums can be, the wires are an absolute nuisance, and they look terrible, and it really creates the difference between the two worlds. And the possibilities, when you really wrap your head around it, is pretty crazy, because this is something that you can see on a big stage with no microphones. What makes these so cool is that we have the 333 shell, but the trigger assembly is right on the inside of the shell, is removable, just takes a few minutes. So if you want to use them acoustically, you can just remove that hardware, set it somewhere else, and then you have the acoustic kit. If you want to make it electric, you just drop them back in and you're good to go. The wireless component of this is going to spark a lot of discussion. And what is important to note is that this is not Bluetooth technology. It's not streaming the signals. DWe invented an entirely new protocol to transfer the data from the trigger to the sound source. When you strike the drum, the signal is sent in what's called data packs to the sound source, and then it shuts off. And what this does, it preserves the battery life. So all of the triggers are powered by a AA battery. The AA battery is targeted to last 1 to 2 years for each trigger. So DW's brought us so many innovations over the years. They've been trying to improve hardware in drums for 50 years, and now they have this entirely new technology that nobody else has even come close to, which sort of explains why they were acquired by Roland. Because if I was in the electronic drum business and I saw this sort of technology, I would want to own that, because this is the future. The cymbals are something that is really amazing to me, because these are also made right in the factory. The amount of testing that these cymbals go through, they have this machine that just drops sticks on every particular part of the cymbal and tests each zone to make sure everything's working perfectly. absolutely crazy to see how much testing is involved. And it's also a testimony to DW as a brand. They just want to make sure that everything that is released works as it should. And I just have to respect that commitment to quality and excellence. It's also important to note that these cymbals are not quiet. So if you're looking for a quiet solution on an electronic drum set, these cymbals sound like a cymbal that has rubber on it. So they're actual cymbals, brass alloy. I'm sure they sound pretty terrible if they were on their own, but they feel like cymbals because they are. So it's not just the drums that we're talking about. We need to talk about the sound source. And so most electronic drums come with a module. This does not. This comes included with the DWe Soundworks app. It has several different DW kits, Gretsch kits, Slingerland kits, and they're constantly adding new samples. The advantage to this is that when you're on a laptop, you have all of this space in your hard drive, so the samples can be incredibly large, real, lush samples, and you also have the ability to import your own samples if you chose to do that. The other impressive thing about the Soundworks app is the latency between the signal and the app itself, which is 5 milliseconds. The TD50X, at the time that we're shooting this video, has the least latency of any particular module on the market, and that is 4 milliseconds. So the difference between 4 and 5 milliseconds, you can't even count it. And what this means to you, the drummer, is that the response time, the feel, is as close as we've gotten in electronic drums. Now, for those of you that don't want to use a laptop, you can use a module. This is the Drum Link. This is the magic box that connects to your laptop, or you can connect it to your existing drum module. And they have created maps in the software so it can link to all the major drum modules out there. The hard work's done for you.
What really makes this kit special is that it's really two kits. Two very high-end kits, one electronic and one acoustic. One thing I noticed is just how great this kit felt to play compared to other E-kits. And I think that has a lot to do with the fact that this has real bearing edges, and that makes the drum feel more real and has a more acoustic response to the way that it feels when you play, and I think that makes a really big difference. And what I really like about it is that you can be at home recording ideas, practicing with the E-kit, and then get a call to play a gig on the weekend, swap over the heads, take out the triggers, and you have a 333 DW collector's kit. Kind of crazy. I went through the process of changing this from an electronic kit into an acoustic kit, and the changeover was easy. It just required a drum key.
Okay, so that took you 70 minutes, 1 hour and 10 minutes.
Oof, really?
Yeah.
What am I supposed to say to that?
That was easy.
Alright, you want me to say that?
Yep.
That was easy.
I always like to mention who this product is for, and it's very difficult to do that with this particular kit because it could really work for anybody. The possibilities seem really endless. There's a price tag associated with it, and after seeing the 7 years of work, of R&D and execution, I think that the price is very fair for what it is because this was a massive investment and the end result speaks for itself. If there's anything that DW takes incredibly seriously, it's their reputation. And they did not become the company that they are by cutting corners, and this is a perfect example. They're staking their entire reputation on these drums, and it shows. So this is something you can approach and buy with confidence. If you choose to buy one of these, well, we hope that you choose us.
You know we sell this. I don't know if you knew that.
We have them in stock, we are knowledgeable, and we have them here on the floor if you want to check them out. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe, and thank you for the support.